All right, welcome back, Manish. Here we are once again, and it's been always pleasure to talking to you because every time when we connect is something new for me, especially new to learn. And I'm expecting the same thing today. And it's almost the eve of New Year, and here we are. We are connected, and most probably we'll talk about some, thought-provoking questions, and basically which are most needed right now in the society, specifically the young youth of India. They must know, they should be aware of such things, specifically when we are entering into new year, how we should approach. It should not be a resolution for the sake of resolution. We should understand the ground reality, how we can approach life. So to begin with, I would love to welcome you, and then yeah, you can set up the theme of today's talk, and then we will go forward from there. So over to you.
Right. Thank you very much, Subal, for inviting me for your podcast. I am very glad whenever you actually ask me to come and speak for a certain topic. And it's really a privilege for me to speak on a platform that you are setting. And it's really very nice. I feel very good about it that someone whom I know is actually doing something, is coming out and speaking in the world for issues, for subjects that are actually necessary for all of us to know and to respond in a way. It is important for all of us. And thank you for inviting me once again. And yes, it's the New Year Eve, but I would say that the life it does not know any new year or old year. It is just going in a certain way. The way we are moving, the way we are on this planet, and the way we are living, the planet definitely goes through a cycle that we
Right.
understand. And anyways, it's very good opportunity for me to speak today. So, as we discussed about one of the issue that is going on, and it is very important to address it, is about
Mm.
the forced conversion of one religion into another religion. So, I would tell one thing in the very beginning before pointing fingers toward anyone else that what they are doing. It is very important to see that what we are not doing or what we are doing unconscious. So it is very important not to point finger at others. Yes, it is very important it is necessary to stop those forces which are having evil intentions and are committing some kind of criminal activities, some kind of activities that are not needed in the society and are for um, vested interest. So it is important to
Right.
stop them. But consciously, we need to see that what we must do to bring well being for all of us, to bring well being for the entire planet, the entire humanity. What is important? So, when we talk about forced conversion of, especially many Hindus are being converted into either Islam or into Christianity. So I would not say that somebody who is trying to convert a Hindu into a Christian is doing wrong. Okay. First of all, I would not say it's wrong. If I was being outcasted, Subal, if I was being outcasted, and if I have somebody was calling me Dalit, that I am not of this society, I am on the lower level of a certain religion, I would myself convert myself into something which is offering me more
Right. Right. In terms of material things.
in terms of material things. Obviously, if somebody is outcasting me of one religion, why won't I go into another religion who is offering me other things materially, in terms of money, in terms of house, in terms of property, in terms of name, and all these things? I would myself convert. So it is very important for the Hinduism, the Sanatan, this religion, to address those people also, to educate those people also about the importance of what this religion or what this way of living offers to all of us, isn't it?
Right.
So
Absolutely.
Sanatan is more than a religion. It's not a religion. It's not a belief system. It's a way of living. It's a conscious way of living. That's what I
Right. Yes. So you made a couple of points. I will go one after another. You said we being Hindus, I mean, or maybe in a broader picture, maybe Sanatanis, we are not addressing the issues which we should have been addressed way, way before. Even not go that much, in the past. If I can only talk about the post-independence, if we could have addressed those things, we may not have such kind of statistics right now in front of us. What exactly we have done, where like we went wrong, and what are the factors you think significantly affected this Hindu population?
see. There are multiple factors. There are many different aspects which are being misunderstood and being treated as discrimination. It has
Mm-hmm.
been treated as discrimination because it has been misunderstood. That's what I feel. There is a difference in Varn and Varg. Okay. When the tasks were divided into different community of people.
Okay.
So if I say if one task is higher and another task is lower, so those people who are doing the lower task are outcasts and lower category of people. If I treat them as outcasts, why would they behave equally for the religion which is treating them as outcasts, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
That's what I feel.
So,
I
so
think what
is it
task
sorry for the interruption, is it happening since the beginning, or like it somewhere it started
it
when
is.
we have been suppressed, we have been there, foreign invasion happened, Islamic invasion happened, then British came, so I mean colonialization happened. So when do you think such
Right.
kind of things we can observe in the society?
When foreign invasion happened and they tried to manipulate people who were in certain category of people, okay, who were doing a certain kind of work, a certain kind of task they were doing. They were being manipulated and used to do this
Mhm.
discrimination, and that is why that kind of discrimination is happening. So I would tell you about one data. So when we see the conversion of Hindus into Christian, for example,
Mhm. Mhm.
many Hindus
Okay.
are being converted into Christian, which belong to the Dalit community.
Right.
And to convert those people who are either poor or are into the Dalit communities, there are certain organizations, well-known organizations, foreign organizations, which are putting a lot and lot of money, so much money that you cannot actually believe. If I tell you about one data and a name of an organization, there is an organization named as International Mission Board. This is an
Okay.
American Christian organization. So
Mhm.
it is investing $175 billion just to convert in India, the people in India into Christianity. Can you understand 175 billion dollar how much it is? If every day 10 crore rupees, every day 10 crore rupees is being spent to
Mhm.
convert people into Christianity, taking up
Yes.
the Christian religion,
Mhm.
the money would last for the next 500 years. You understand?
Yes.
This is a
Yes.
long term goal to convert people into another religion. And sometimes these conversion are forced conversion.
Not
If
sometimes.
somebody is
Most of the
poor,
time, I
it
guess.
I would believe that you are saying the right thing, and it is very this is something that we must worry about
Yes. Which we
because
are not
most of
doing,
us are not aware about
fortunately.
what is happening. Most of
Right.
us are not aware about what is happening in this country, what is happening to our people, and that is why those who are poor, they are left poor, and those who are outcast, treated as outcast, those who are Dalit, are left uneducated, and living the rural life. We must do something to bring them out of that rural poverty, bring out from their present situation, condition, to uplift them. Isn't it necessary? If you just leave them, what will happen? If somebody in my family whom I am not taking care of, and I'm only discriminating him, treating him the way he is, if he is poor, I'm treating him like that. The very first opportunity that he will get to go somewhere else, he will go and do it because he's in sheer need of something. The hunger cannot wait. The need
Yes.
to get respect or the need of security cannot wait. It is in the body, it is in the mind. It is my responsibility. If I am well to do, it is my responsibility to take care of him for some period of time so that he comes out of his present situation, his present
Right.
condition, so that this conversion should stop. Because this, why would I give you if I'm from another family and I'm seeing you suffering? Why would I offer you money or why would I offer you a house and convert you into my family? Because I want to expand my numbers. If I am only compassionate and helping you, that is a different matter. That is okay. But if I have the vested interest to increase my number, I must tell you, Subal, Supreme Court in November 2022 has addressed this issue as a national security. And the issue of
Yes. Yes.
national security, it has made some laws against it. Can you understand how bad this could be? This is a issue of national security. If I'm converting into Islam, if I'm converting into some other religion, if into Christianity, I can open borders for the foreign invaders, which has happened in the past. It can happen tomorrow. It can happen in the future,
Right. Right.
isn't it? Isn't it my responsibility to close my borders, to secure my borders, to keep my people in my family?
Yes.
But the question is of awareness. Most of us are not aware of it. If only we become aware of the problem that is happening, we may take some step. We are not people who don't love or don't have care in our heart. We have it. And the government, the present government that we have, is some way taking some step. In Uttar Pradesh, some steps are taken. The information is on the internet. One can go and read about it. It is not something that me and you can
Yes.
single-handedly teach everybody or tell everybody. It is on the internet. If you simply search what is happening related to this issue, you can see what is happening, what laws are being made, or what I can do to actually change something. Isn't it? That is what I feel.
Absolutely. No, you made quite a few interesting points. You talked about national security. I think this is really, really a serious issue because back in the day when the Rohingya, crisis happened from Myanmar, we were forced to take, Rohingyas. I think numbers are really they are crazy
You
numbers right
can
now.
see videos in which Rohingyas Muslims are. You can see the videos in which Rohingya own country.
Oh yes, 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 yes. That is true. Uh,
I am being very harsh
but
on it, but that is actually happening, my brother.
and this is reality. It's not only in their country; it's happening in India. Rohingyas, specifically in Delhi, Arvind Kejriwal, where he helped them to, he basically settled them in Delhi area. So right now, Indian medias, it's like independent medias, of course not these big national medias, independent medias, they even are even not being allowed to go there. If they're going to do some survey or interview, like they are pretty much, there was a backlash. So what I'm trying to say is they are right now everywhere from Jammu and Kashmir to all the way to Tamil Nadu, even in Mysore, you will find them. They are
Mm,
everywhere right now.
mm,
Of course, they are coming through Bengal. Not to mention Mamta, she is allowing everybody. They are coming. They flew through Bangladesh. They, made it to Assam. and then they are pretty much traveling all across India. And for many of us, we may think, okay, this is just coincidence, but it is not, because when you are, settling hundreds, thousands of them in a specific area, and if you pay attention where they are setting them up, it's really, really a very strategic location. Uri thing happened, right? Then afterwards, we happen to know the local Muslims, and meaning that local Rohingyas, those who helped them, those who sheltered them, these Pakistani terrorists, to enter into our Indian Army base camp, and then they, what happened? They killed when the army personnel, they were sleeping along with their families, children. They were brutally killed. So there are anti-India forces. Those who are right now, when you and me are talking or recording this podcast, they are sitting in India. They are running their propaganda, and they are running everything as a campaign. They are helping them to first to get through these IDs. They are getting fake IDs, Aadhaar card, voter ID, PAN cards, and then you are good to go, right? You can travel whole India. Then they're settling them all the way to Jammu. They're settling them all the way to even Mysore, even Mumbai. So these are not consequence. What I'm trying to emphasize, these are not consequence that tomorrow morning 200 people will come.
These are actually happening.
These are happening on the ground. When you and me are talking, is happening, and many. When people like you and me, we can identify after a couple of hours of research, think about our country's intelligence department, how much information they have, and these are ground reports. But the thing is, government, even state government, central government, they are not proactively working on it, because again, at the end of the day, it's vote bank politics, right? Everybody want to appease other community. I don't want to hurt them. If I do, then I may lose the vote share. So they are just very short-sighted, thinking about next election. That's it. And they have been doing it based on caste and religion. That's it. They can't see outside of that thing what is the major issue is coming in. So I was looking at the census data when the first caste census happened in 1881, when it has been introduced. So the British guy who introduced, and he predicted, he said some 665, 65, I guess, odd years, hindus will be uh, Hindus will be absolutely eradicated from the India. And not only in India, I mean, he was, up to a certain extent, Hindus will not be there. They will be converted into Islam and or Christianity. This was his prediction, and he was quite close, I would say, because if I see the current data and the current trend, because India is right now the basic the fertility rate we have, which has went down, which has literally went down bare minimum has to be India's fertility rate is 2.1, which is close to 1.9, is across all Indian communities I'm talking about. But if I go in more in detail, the Muslim population, they have 2.3, almost 38%, which is way more than bare minimum. Hindus, they have 1.94. 1.94. That means we are below the bare minimum. Minimum has to be 2.1%. This is the fertility rate. Fertility rate means, for the audience, those who do not know, is for the women when they can basically, they have an age of childbearing age from 15 to 50. And during this time, if they are getting, let's say we have taken an example of 1,000 women, and how many of them already produced children and how many of them are not. So based on that, they are basically coming up with a percentage fertility rate. So today's education system and everything in a such a way, of course we are the product of that thing, that we are getting married in so late, specifically women. Most of them, they are getting married 28, mid 30s or something like that. So that means by the time your fertility has it's already gone down, and most of the time they are settled with one child. Again, what I'm trying to emphasize is other communities are there. They're really clear in their mind. we have to increase our number. That's it. We have to increase our number. Like yesterday, we were having a
Yes.
conversation. You said on the call.
And they are very much inclined it. They are taking it as their mission and doing
Yes,
this. And we
absolutely.
are like not actually we are not aware of it, and they are like intensely in a focused way making it a mission and doing it, actually doing it. That is
Yes,
happening.
yes. And it's not only in one
So
way.
if I tell you one, yeah,
Yeah, go
yeah,
ahead, please. Go ahead.
no, please continue, I will tell you one
Okay, so
later. Please continue.
what I was making that point is it's not only one way that they're increasing their number. There are many ways. I mean, so many types of tools they use. They try to get in a relationship with, or maybe they will try to basically abduct any Hindu girls, and then based on that, it's called love jihad. And then in the end, the girl, probably she is pregnant and she can do anything. She's forced to convert to Islam or Christianity, whatever may be the case. And then afterwards, and then they will just take the child, and even if she refuses to stay in that community and the religion, most of the time,
Mm.
the Hindu girl who already got converted, she will probably lose her life, right? Most of them are right now, such kind of cases are happening. And Vishwa Hindu Parishad, Bajrang Dal, and so many of them, they're actively working on that. There are many organizations. But what you said is very right, because they are very clear in their head about their mission. And we
See,
Hindus
this
are
is
not even aware.
right. This is happening on very subtle level. This is happening in human mind. They're focusing the human mind, and if I tell you one number while you were telling me some statistics,
Mhm.
one of the statistics that is there on the internet is the population of Christians, like before 10 years, was only 1.5% in Punjab. Punjab is the targeted region right now for conversion of Hindus into Christianity. In last 10 years, the population of Christians have increased to 1.5% to 15%. Do you understand this?
1,500
4
times.
lakh has become 40 lakhs. Yeah, like 4 lakh has become 40 lakh. That is the population.
Yeah, 10
If
times.
in if in 2014 the population of Christians was 5 lakh, now it has become 50 lakh. You understand this? This is happening on a very mass level. This is a very targeted number. This is a very focused intention. You see this?
Right.
Most of the South India, most of the Northeast is already Christian community.
Yeah,
It is there.
yeah,
And
it's
there are converted Christians there.
Chief
You
Minister.
see how it is happening. You mentioned that in love.
For example, Chief Minister of Nagaland, he was invited into United States of
Hmm,
America, and he was openly saying
hmm.
that we need a separate country, separate Christian country. Nagaland needs a separate Christian country. Same with
See,
now they are having the same issue with Manipur, the Kuki terrorists. These are of course men. Yeah, sorry. Please continue your point.
yeah, that's what I was saying. See, Suval, you said about love jihad, about girls. Even men are being beaten and targeted. If you are a Hindu man and if you marry a Muslim woman, there was a news which says the sister of that Muslim woman accused the Hindu man of false rape case. What will you do in such situation? If you put yourself into such situation, you will see you are already targeted. You are beaten. Every day you are being targeted mentally. You are being harassed mentally in very deep levels. You say some dal, matlab Bajrang Dal and many other such kind of group of people, some different organizations are working towards it. That is good in certain level. That is good for force if something is happening by force. But even if you are going willingly towards that, You are not free from harassment. You are not free from crime. If you go by your intention into a different religion, you are being targeted. That is what is happening, isn't it? If
Exactly.
if religion become conscious, it becomes spirituality. Now we should focus towards the positive side. These are the things happening on the lower level. If we keep focusing, what we will do, we will beat the other person. You beat me, so I beat you. You poked me, I will poke you. This is one kind of way. But the other way is to rise beyond all these things. Rise beyond the duality, beyond the identity of religion, of countries, of nation, of community. When we talk about spirituality, we are actually, see, if your religion is like a song that you sing it and it for the well-being of other people and well-being of yourself, that is good. But if your religion become a way to increase your number and harm the other community, to convert into a greater war, this is not responsible act. This is crime towards humanity. Something beautiful is being crushed beneath your feet, and that is not acceptable. That is why we are speaking about it. We are talking about. You will see that there was a time in schools people used to sing the mantras for Saraswati Ma, He Sharade Ma. He
Yes.
Sharade Ma, Agyanta se hame tar de Ma.
Yes.
This was the chant, this was the mantra that in schools it was going. But now people are trying to adapt the Western way of living, the Western styles, because there is a lack of understanding of what this culture is about. We are unaware of the spiritual essence of this soil. That is why we are turning towards the English prayers, prayers.
Mhm.
The Christ was not because there was Christ, we have become Christian. No. If you see the life of Jesus Christ, you will understand the the kingdom of God is not outside. The kingdom of God is within. If you work towards work turning within, we welcome you. We are with you. If you follow Jesus' way of living, and if you see that kingdom of God is within you, so we are with you. There is no problem, whichever way you want to live. That is how Sanatan Dharma is. In one family, we follow five different gods. There is no problem. Somebody worships Shiva, somebody worships Durga, somebody worships Bajrang Bali, Hanuman, somebody worships Rama. That is not the issue because it's not a culture of one, it's the culture of becoming God, becoming God-like, tapping up the potential of humanity, which can turn you to become God-like.
Right.
There is a way to work. That is what Jesus also said. The kingdom of God is within you. If you actually touch that thing, you are God-like. That is why there is no problem in worshipping five different gods because it has not come out of any
Philosophy.
yeah, it has come from a very deep understanding of life. Yeah, it has come from a deep experience and deep understanding of life. That is all I wanted to say. But if somebody is worshipping an idol, you will say that what are you doing? They are destroying the temples, they are destroying our idols, and all the murtis are being thing in Bangladesh. You have seen what has happened. In
Yes.
South India, you open a video, people are bulldozing the entire Shiva temple with a consecrated, fully vibrant lingam. They are bulldozing it. What is it?
They do not know two
This
generations
is
before.
because the
They just forget two generations before.
yes,
These were like these people were Hindus. Their forefathers were Hindus. Today, just for the sake of few thousands dollar, they are just converting and they're doing all this inhuman.
So this is land of seekers. This is not about going to heaven. Like I just attended a live darshan with Sadhguru,
Yes,
and he just
I was
spoke
also
about
I was also
a
there.
pope announced that there is no hell. So it's a way to celebrate. They are upgrading in some way, and it is fine. We accept it.
But the thing is, it's not coming to the
Yes.
mass population where they're targeting. For example, they're targeting the so-called Dalits in India. For example, there was a project going on Joshua, like I said, in America. The last 4 years in the Biden government we had, they have been proactively using that data, which our UPA government they have released before they left the office in 2013 back in the day, and then since then America has been using the data, specifically CIA, and they're running a project called Joshua Project. Based on that, if you directly go to their website, you can literally see in India, even in your village, you can see how many Hindu Dalits communities are there, how many types of them. So late Arun Jaitley, when he was alive, he said based on 2021 survey data showed 46 million, 46 million. Sorry, my bad. It's 4.6
Huge.
million. So it's 46 lakhs. 46 lakhs of types of uh, the castes we have. 46 lakhs of castes. So he said so many sects, it's very hard to divide them. So the government, what they decided not to, put up the data in public domain because there are reasons like Joshua Project. Because previous Indian government, basically the Congress government, they sold out the data to the Americans, and then American CIA agencies and the big church, like you said, there is a one more big NGO. It's called Open Society Foundation. Everybody knows about it. It's a big billion dollar NGO run by George Soros, and he has many. It's called the sister NGOs in India. Like Open Society has been banned, of course, in India, but sister companies, sister NGOs, they are still working in India. Many of them already they have been banned, but every single day you see they are doing, it's called hundi. They are doing hundi, the transferring the money, US dollar into Indian rupees through these NGOs in the name of, the environmental, uh, activism and so and so forth. But on ground reality, they are doing something else. So government is doing whatever they can do if something is coming through them, right? The FCRA, the body has been made. Government can track those. Government cannot track. Cannot track small transaction like $10, $5, $15, $20. And if you do such transaction on million accounts, you can't track them. And like, not to mention $15, 15 USD is a hell lot of money in India. If people do not know that, is right now is
Hmm.
84 or 85 rupees. So you just convert them. So $10 is almost like 850 rupees. $15 is close to 1200 rupees. So it's a hell lot of money for Indians, those who are living in rural India, and we are calling them so-called Dalits. For them, is a hell lot of money. So we are giving these money on
There's
their
the
back.
landless people.
Of course, and there are youths. I have seen them in the interview. These youths, they are being on payroll to these NGOs,
Hmm.
so-called NGOs. They are doing so-called social activities. They will say we are conducting a medical camp. In the name of medical camp, of course they will call in some doctor, and these doctors, they used to be Hindu, and in fact right now they are, after being getting converted, they're still using Hindu names, and they are coming in and they will say, we will give you free medical checkups and everything, and they do. And in a 50, 60 or 100, 200 people in a room, and they're doing it. And then afterwards checkup, they are also doing this Bible reading session and everything. And then they will preach, and there will be a pastor. And then pastor, most of the time pastors are the doctors. because these doctors are being already converted and who are not making maybe 1,000 rupees in a day maybe a few years back. Right now the doctor is millionaire today, millionaire. He has left his job. He's not even running his private clinic. So think about it. So when things are happening in so micro level, it's very hard for even government or the government agencies to track them down. We have to be really honest, because I feel so. This is the main agenda of being having this kind of session and talk, because this is I feel this is not government's job, because being a responsible citizen we should also do our own part, because government cannot track 1.45 billion people, because we literally do not have that much you know that much organization or that much manpower to control and track everybody, which is literally impossible. If something we can do is like spreading this consciousness awareness among us, because we are still the majority in the country. We are close to 110 billion. So sorry, 110 million. So we can still make it happen. But the thing is, like you said, youths, and today's, if I will be more precise, the Hindu youths, they are not thinking in this way. Uh, they're still thinking about, okay, Pushpa 2 has been released, new movies are coming. They're still in the gossip of Khans, what they are doing in the Bollywood. Their mind is just full of crap. What new song is coming on? Okay, Badshah and Yo, they had a fought. I mean, they fought last week, so they are gossiping on their fight. Hindu youths, they are, and why it's happening? Like you said, the reason is because it comes from the schooling. Because schooling we are going through is absolutely English way of education system, and that whatever was left, NCRT came and then just they ripped it off. Now is what we are learning is Marxist and communist agenda, and we are just brainwashed, and we expect them after being getting graduated, they will have no, they will become more leftist, because what they have studied, it's in school level is still fine, but what the things real I see in higher studies, in postgrad or in graduation, what they study is really full of crap. You are not teaching the students the history of India. You are not teaching them history of the astronomy, the astrology, the economics, what Aryabhatta have done. You are not teaching them, right? The phenomenal job. So how they will feel proud when they never had that pride? Then how they will feel proud about themselves? So they are still looking for recognition and social proof from the which is coming from the West, and they're still trying to get in sync with them by maybe listening to their song, or maybe having intoxicated during the weekends, and following the pop culture and everything. I get it, but just to get the social approval from them. Okay, we are also doing our best to be in that, and most of the time they end up into being an atheist, and they say we don't believe in God, Hindu gods, and they are like because they have been going through 15, 20 years of education. But we have to understand this is not their fault. This is our system. Education system is making and is generating such kind of kids, right? So I have friends, I don't want to call their name. I have friends, they are
See,
of course they are
I would
thinking in
like
that way.
to
They
tell
don't
one.
believe in Hindu gods. They celebrate all these. Recently we had Christmas. They have been full on. But when it comes to Diwali, Shivratri, they are not.
But you're talking with much clarity. I'm enjoying talk with you. Let's move ahead. Yeah, please
To
go
the
on.
blood,
Continue.
to
Tell
the
me.
blood, man. Okay, there we go. Okay, so my next question would be, what needs to done now? Right now, we have talked about, we know the problem, what is causing, what immediate step we can
Mm.
take in order to address the situation. I mean, in individual level, of course, we are not asking to
The
join a
the
government organization.
very immediate step. Yeah, the very immediate step I will tell you. See, today is 31st of December
Yeah,
and tomorrow is 1st of January. We are moving towards the new year, and many of us are trying to make resolution definitely. But it's better not to make any resolution and look for the solution that is right now in front of all of us. There is a 30% discount on 7 steps with Sadhguru, inner engineering. All of us can take that course, gift ourselves a solution instead of a resolution.
Right, right.
Okay. So 30% discount is there on inner engineering, 7 steps with Sadhguru. That is the solution. My friend, when you talk about people just trying to go to a movie or do something else for the social acceptance, to make other people happy, or even smoking weed or drinking alcohol or doing any such thing, for example,
Mhm.
that is because all of us wants to have a chunk of a more from life.
Mhm.
Me myself is an example. I was, I will tell you, I was drowned into wine, but I had the taste of divine. It's been 5 years. I have not touched those things which were not good for me. All of us actually need more from this life. That is why we are doing what we are doing. Whether it is our job, whether it is our interests, whether it is our relationships, or anything for such example. This is only because we want something more from life. We want pleasure within us. We want pleasure outside of us.
Right.
So I think to get the pleasure within us, to create a blissful chemistry within us, we must look within. What is this chemical factory? Sadhguru call it as chemical factory. I will also refer it as chemical factory. Any chemical that we put from outside will be in all ways less than what this can create itself, because all the chemicals are created from this chemical. This intelligence creates all of it.
Right. Yeah, that is
So
true.
we are the yeah, this is the biggest chemical factory. So we must see how can we turn this chemical curry, chemical combination into a blissful, a more pleasurable chemistry, isn't it? How can we convert into joy? How can we convert into blissfulness? This is what we must see. And once we are capable of creating that kind of, so if I can create whatever I can create for myself, I'll create a successful life for myself. I'll
Right.
create a very uh, pleasurable situation, my relationship, for my family, isn't it?
True. That is
I would not be dependent on other things. And transform your life into a very better way. And this 2025, I wish for everybody it is a great year ahead. And I would like request every one of you to take the time to work for yourself, to see within yourself. There are tools available right now. That is the most immediate step right now, that we can go to the Sadhguru app. We can register for inner engineering with Sadhguru. Till that time, we can try doing the Margli sadhana that is available there. It will take 10 to 15. If we want to do, we can do Isha Kriya, and we can see what is this about. How can we turn into a better life? So beyond all the religion, that we are Hindu or Christian or Muslim or Sikh or Jainism, or we are Zoroastrian or we are Jainism, any religion that we belong to, this is the religion for us. This body, this mind, and what is the source of creation that is present in us, that is our religion, I would say, and there is no name to it. We must see within ourselves. That is what I feel for all of us. And I request all of you to please do inner engineering. It has transformed my life in a tremendous way that I can never speak how much it has changed things for me, how much it has transformed me. I cannot never express this in my words. Just from drowned into wine, I am now drowned into the divine. That is what I can explain.
That's awesome. That was really, really. interesting. And just to add what Manish said, guys, because in many ways, I've also gotten into this because of him. He has been an inspiration. Like I said in one of my podcasts, when we had the first podcast. So because I saw the changes, I saw the man before, like before 2018, I saw him after 2018. There is a huge significant change. And so the if I have to draw the curve, so the improvement curve has been growing. It's just shooting towards the sky. And I said, yo man, what's going on? I said, something going on, and this man probably hit something. So then I realized, and I was also really inspired, and it was eye-opening for me. I have also gotten into this path, and I think I have done a huge investment, and it was one of the best investment of my life, I would say, because it cost me a lot of money. Had a lot of money when I did that. I was in Canada, and at the peak of COVID, I was out of money, sitting in the room, locked down. You can't go outside. You can't earn any money. But yes, of course, with the help of grace, somewhere everything worked out. And then I think it's all about the willingness. If we are willing, then things will happen beyond our understanding. And which exactly happened for me. It happened, I think, for Manish, as he has already mentioned. Yes, guys, I think he has talked from his heart what he really feel right now, and he feels the same. And exactly, I also feel the same way, because it is something, it's experiential. We cannot put it into words. Even though we try, it'll feel like superficial. Once you do it, and then its benefits. And I think it's like every day you are living into it, and every single day you do your practice, and then you see the benefit, you see the changes. After a couple of years, when you look back, you will see, oh man, I am right now completely different human being than I was. So, and we should have this mindset for the new year which is coming. And once we change ourselves, then I think change will happen in outside, in terms of looking for changes in the society. I think so. It's really beneficial to work upon ourselves, and then first start from here. And once this one is fixed, then we can go outside. Then we can do something here and there in the society. Right, Manish?
Right. Very true.
All right. It was really, really interesting and engaging podcast, and a lot of new learnings for me. I really, really appreciate, brother, every single time we connect. I feel like it's first time we are connecting,
Thank
and kind of connection, and like having that feeling. Okay, you are learning something new, and the moment you connect, okay, I'm going to learn something new at the end of the talk, and which I felt. And for the audience, you feel free to let me know if you like this podcast. Then we'll continue. Manish he has been into this path, and I think in this path we can grow with each other when we share our experiences every single day. The changes we are seeing, I think it's nothing about superiority. I think it's about going everybody together and holding each other's hand and sharing our wisdom, whatever we are experiencing. Once again, Manish, thanks a lot for making this happen, and we will talk soon. And namaskaram, and wish you a happy new year. And
Thank you. Thank
it
you very much. Yeah, I wish you too a very happy new year. And Subal, thank you very much for inviting me. And thank you very much for having this podcast. It was a very great experience for me. Thank you so much. It's not that you learn from me, I learn a lot from you. And thank you so much. Thank you very much. And I would once again say, whoever is listening to this podcast, please at least go and check out the Sadhguru app, or check out the 7 steps with Sadhguru. There is a 30% off for this New Year Eve. Please don't miss this chance. Thank you. Namaskaram, everyone. Namaskaram.
Yes, so guys, for about the inner engineering, like the discount Manish has mentioned, I'm going to paste the link in the description. So please make sure and look out. And maybe this is the time. This is the new year which is waiting for you. So take advantage of the discount, and it's time to turn inward and invest on yourself. Namaskaram, Manish.
Right. Namaskaram, Sadhguru. Namaskaram, Subal.